All right, welcome back, Algebra 2 students, to Section D checkpoint. Let's look at problem number 1. If this problem goes a little too long, I may have to break it up into separate portions, but I'm going to try to do this all in one video. So, for this, we have to solve the quadratic equations, find all the complex solutions, and show your reasoning. So, find all complex solutions. That means I'm working with imaginary numbers. And then for the show your reasoning, all you got to do is show your work, okay? So don't worry too much about writing any explanation. No, it's just show your work. Okay. So we have x squared plus 2x plus 9 is equal to 0. I'm going to go ahead and do the first one by doing the complete the square method, because why not, right? So if I'm going to complete the square, I'm going to take this middle number. I'm going to do 2 over 2 divided by 2 squared. Again, that's just something that we should know how to do by now. Complete the square. 2 divided by 2, that gives me 1. 1 squared is equal to 1. Okay, perfect. I know that I have a 1. So if I'm completing the square, that means I'm going to do 1 minus 9. That's going to give me a negative 8. So, okay. Now I can take this negative 8 and plug it into my original. So I'm going to go ahead and do x squared plus 2x plus 9 minus 8 is equal to negative 8. Okay, hopefully we're still following along. From here, I'm going to go ahead and combine these two terms since they are the same. They don't have any x value, so x squared plus 2x is equal to, plus 1 is equal to negative 8. Oh, I can see that this right here, this is our perfect square. So if that's a perfect square, that means I'm going to be able to make my factors x plus 1. That plus 1 comes from right here, no? From within the inside. Hopefully you remember that little trick. X plus 1 squared is equal to negative 8. From here, I take the square root of both sides. Square cancels the square root. I get x plus 1 is equal to the square root of negative 8. Okay. I know that when I do the square root, I'm going to be left with the plus and minus, right? So I'm going to go ahead and take my work. I'm put it right here off to the side now. Continue. I'm going to do x plus 1 is equal to plus or minus the square root of negative 8. Or in this case, we already know it's negative, so I'm going to make sure it's an imaginary number now. So it's going to be square root of 8. Don't forget the I. Okay, boom. We'll fix the I in a bit. So I'm going to do minus 1. So I should get x is equal to negative 1 plus or minus I square root of 8. Again, on your test, I don't want to see you putting the plus and minus sign. I want you to split your answers. So my first answer should be x is equal to negative 1 plus I square root of 8, and x is equal to negative 1 minus I square root of 8. And this right here is your solution for the first one. Okay, let's go ahead and do the second one. The second one, I'm going to do it through the quadratic formula. So if you have your quadratic formula ready, make sure you're following along. First of all, when I'm doing the quadratic formula, I want to have my ABCs. My A equals 1, B equals negative 1, and C equals 3. Okay? Now, from here, I'm going to go ahead, plug them into my formula. So what's my formula? Let me actually scroll up because I'm going to need more space here at the side in a bit. So I'm going to do x is equal to negative b plus or minus the square root of b squared minus 4ac all divided by 2a. I'm going to replace those values with my letters. I get x is equal to negative, so that's a positive 1, plus or minus the square root of, well, negative 1 squared minus 4 times 1 times 3. All divided by 2 times 1. Okay, perfect. I'm going to go ahead and transfer this over here to the side or to the top. I'm going to go ahead and simplify what's under the square root, the radical. So I'm going to get 1 plus and minus the square root of, well, negative 1 squared is 1, minus 4 times 1 times 3, that's going to be minus 12, all divided by 2. So I get x is equal to, now let me split this up. I'm going to get 1/2 plus or minus the square root of 11 over 2. Again, I do not want to see you write that plus and minus as your answer, so you're going to write it as x equals 1/2 plus square root of 11 over 2, and x is equal to 1/2 minus square root of 11 over 2. Okay? And that is your final answer. Let me know if you have any questions, or if you or you can feel free to rewind the video and watch any steps you might have missed. But other than that, we are done with this section. We're going to go ahead and answer number 2 in the next video.